Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. Obviously walking to work. Today I'm going to talk about a situation happened the other day with all them kids in South London.
Mock causing chaos in Clapham, forcing branches of Sainsbury's, Boots and Marks and Spencer's to close in Clapham in South London. 2 arrests only made, dozens of offers sent to the scene. Those of you who are watching on our YouTube page, you will see, I mean, huge number of youngsters just running around, people tearing through shops, police having to be called, people having to be locked into shops for their own safety, these youngsters. A lot of them, to be fair, they're laughing, they're having a great time, but they're running around, terrorising local people, terrorising local shopkeepers, ransacking the shops. It's very interesting because the local Labour MP, Bel Ribeiro Addy, hasn't felt moved to say a single thing about any of this. Police being called, local people being quite terrified, shopkeepers being terrified. What on earth is going on? Who is behind this? And how on earth, after 2 days of this...
Right. Where do I begin? I think, first of all, it's the parents have no control over their kids. I know there's kids out there who act a certain way when they're home, when they're out with their friends, they act different. But especially nowadays, kids got no respect for their elders. The way they carry themselves in public is ridiculous. And it's not a black issue, it's not a white, it's just in general. The kids nowadays, even in America, just know the core of it. I can get on a bus, and as soon as it's school, the school's finished, and they all get on that bus, they start acting like savages. I'm not one to believe in the Darwin theory about you came from apes and that, but my God, some of these kids, it's like the Darwin theory is true for them. They've just evolved from absolute monkeys. And I'm not saying this to be racist, whatever, but the way that some of these kids act is ridiculous. Banging on the bus, making noises, just know the core. Like when you're in public, you need to act a certain way. But anyway, that's how we was raised, you know, because you're gonna bring shame to your family. But the problem nowadays is because there's a lot of disruption in the home, or the dad's not around, or single parents, or the kids aren't too far aged by off of their parents. It's all a mess. It's all a mess. And I see a lot of parents calling on the government to do something. But what people don't realise is this is what the government wants. They want control of your kids. And the more you keep crying to the government saying, do this, do that, eventually they'll have full control over your kids. And there's nothing you can do about it. Personally, I think kids should start getting fined. Every time your kid acts up or does stupidness, like the other day, find a child £1,000 each time, and watch how fast the parents will start pulling their kids up, or will start calling their dad to come and get them and start putting them in line. I guarantee you, because this is ridiculous. This isn't the first time this has happened in my generation, but it's slowly getting worse because there's just no accountability. You know, I know it doesn't help the fact that you can't discipline your kids the way you want to in public, but at home, you best bring that belt up. Because long gone are the days of punishment, like discipline. Because back in the day, if someone saw your child misbehaving, they could step in, maybe clip him around the ear, nothing hard, but then they would go and tell your parents. Now, nobody knows who's who, you can't do this, you can't do that. Even police officers back in the day, they weren't the best. They weren't the best, and they're not the best now. But back in the day, they could, if your child was misbehaving, they could clip him and say, on your way. Now, you know, police can't do what they need to do. They're kids at the end of the day, so it's down to you parents to do your jobs. I'm not saying everybody, but this has to stop, because it's only going to get worse. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think.